What's up, guys? Sorry that I've been away for so long. 2 weeks. It's just been absolutely crazy with all the COVID-19 stuff and my actual real day job. I have to apply all the COVID-19 regulations on sites. It's just crazy, and also I've been putting so much how my focus slow down Bruce and my actual design portfolio that I'm working on, and also my design Instagram account. And I'll put links down below for anyone that wants to go check it out. So yeah. Also, just let me know if there's any specific content that you would like to see. I mean, I'm thumb sucking topics each week, and I really wanna show you guys what you wanna see. I mean, you are my audience, and I really wanna do right by you. So, without further ado, let's get into the edit. You'll see what it is now. I took a photo with my Nikon D300S, and I used a prime 50mm lens to achieve what I achieved with that photograph. I really wanted to do a landscape photo because I wanted to talk about linear gradients and how to use them. But then yesterday on the road, my battery just died. It just died. It's terrible. This one, and I marked it O for old, so that I don't use this one. I had to get a new battery today, and yeah, so my camera was broken yesterday. I couldn't take a photo. So today we are going to look at circular masks and how to use them. Anyways, guys, let's get into the edit. Okay, so I just want to apologize for the sound quality. I am working on alternatives, but it is quite expensive. I might put up some acoustic panels in the studio. We'll see. Okay, so what I have here is the photograph that I took. You can see the cup of coffee with the espresso with the milk pouring in. So what I want to achieve with this photo is to have the Aerochino here and the cup stand out from the background, because at the moment it's blending in a little bit. So I want the background darker, and I want the cup and the Aerochino to stand out quite a bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is adjust the color. So if you click here on the editing panel and you go down to color, I'm going to bring the color temperature down to 4,300 degrees Kelvin, and I'm going to bring the saturation down by about 20 points, because I like it like that. Alright, so the color is now graded. I'm going to close the color drop down. I like to close all the drop downs as I work. Okay, so now what I'm going to do first, I'm going to create a radial gradient. So on the right, on the tool panel here, I'm going to select radial gradient, and I'm going to position the gradient. So over here you can rotate it and make it a little bit bigger. Now see, if I pull it this way, it's going too much over to the left. So if I press Alt on the keyboard, I can manipulate one curve at a time. So that's about the area that I want affected by the radial gradient. And if I hover with my little hand over there, you can see which area will be affected by the radial gradient. I might be able to bring this one over a little bit. There we go. That looks about right. Okay, so I'm going to up the exposure a bit. Now it will look a little bit funny at the moment, but I'll show you now how we're going to bring it all together. Contrast up a bit. lighten the shadows. So I'm going to take the ball up and brighten the whites a bit. And I'm going to up the clarity and the texture. Alright, so that's that for the radial gradient. I'm going to go to this panel, so I will be, whatever I'm going to do now is going to affect the whole image, not only the gradient. I'm going to bring down the exposure. No. I'm going to leave the exposure as is. I'm going to up the contrast, darken the shadows, darken the blacks, and I'm going to add a little bit of a vignette on the photograph. Okay, so that is done. I'm going to go back to the radial gradient and just make my last selected again, because you can add multiple gradients to one layer, and then just manipulate the radial gradient until I am completely happy. Okay, so at the top here you have something called feather. If I take feather down all the way, you can see here that area is being affected by the gradient. And if you bring the ball up, you can see how it blends in with the actual photo. You can blend it up and down until you're happy. Okay. Alright, so what I have created here is a wonderful product shot of an espresso Arancino and a DeLonghi double walled glass cup. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you've got any suggestions for a future video, please don't hesitate to ask me and comment down below. Thanks guys, have a good weekend. Cheers.